Fellow Drops fans, I'm super excited to bring you this very special blend created by our neighbors over at Excelsior Coffee in collaboration with us. We're bringing it to you. It's called Panoramic. Let me tell you why. Let's get into it. Hello, Fellow Drops fans. My name is Haley. I am your local resident Q grader and your brew guide. Returning. Hi, it's been a while. Our neighbors at Excelsior created this blend and we couldn't be more stoked about it. We were so stoked, in fact, that we used it for competition coffee in our Aiden Brewer Cup, our first ever Aiden Brewer Cup that we ever hosted in the US. Hosted it, a couple weeks ago now, and this competition coffee was just extremely versatile, really delicious. The coffee really allowed for a lot of things to be pulled out of it. It's super complex. And yet still super balanced. But before I tell you more about why the coffee is so cool, let me tell you how I'm brewing it. So I'm going with a kind of my standard brew method with our Stag X dripper, but also patterned off of the Aiden Brew Profile, which was designed by Sam, the winner of the Aiden Brewer Cup US. So the Aiden Brew Profile link that is in the brew guide for this coffee is actually the winning brew profile from Aiden Brewer Cup. Super cool. Thank you so much to the creator of that profile, the competitor who won, Sam. Really appreciate you for sharing that with us and with all of our fellow Drops fans. I'm using 22 grams of coffee in to 350 grams out. I'm brewing at 199 degrees Fahrenheit. I've also been experimenting with a little bit of a declining temperature profile. So basically, sometimes I'm just not putting the kettle back onto the base so that the temperature stops regulating back up to 199. And I've found that slowly declining temperature profile to also work very well with this coffee. Again, very versatile, highly encourage experimentation. I bloomed it around 50 grams for 30 seconds, and then I broke bloom, went up to 150, 250, and 350. I'm gonna give a couple gentle swirls just to make sure that everything is settled out at the end, not really to agitate. But just maybe to push a little bit more out and make sure that everything is flowing evenly. And then that's really it. You're looking at a total brew time of, 3-ish minutes to 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I ground at a 4 on Ode with Gen 2 burn. All other grind setting conversions can be found in the Brew Guide blog post linked in the description of this video. So what's the story with this coffee? Why did we use it for Aiden Brewer Cup US? Why do you have a coffee stain on your shirt, Haley? Well, that last question is because I cup coffee for you guys most every day so that we can bring you wonderful coffees like this. I do it for you. I have coffee stains on my shirt for you. You're welcome. You might find yourself asking, why is this coffee so cool? One, Excelsior, our neighbors over in the Excelsior neighborhood of San Francisco. Really rad, really well regarded over here in the SF and Bay scene. And when we approached them for competition coffee for Aiden Brewer Cup US, I really just threw out the parameters of something versatile, something that was soluble enough to brew but complex enough to offer a little bit of a challenge while still giving a wide margin of experimentation. I threw out a couple potential processes and I threw out, some potential roast levels and all that kind of stuff. And they came back to us with this blend with Panoramic. And I could not be happier having tasted this so many different ways on our Aiden Brewer, of course, because that was the competition. And now on pour over, it really lives up to the dynamics that the 5-part blend, as well as the name and the idea Panoramic holds out there, right? Getting a panoramic view of something, whether it's locally here in San Francisco, we're pretty known for our 360-degree views, or just, thinking about the tastes of coffee and terroir worldwide, which this coffee very much exemplifies with its five parts in the blend. It really gives you a wide view of different terroirs across the world while being super cohesive and really balanced at the same time. So you can choose to focus on little details or you can focus on the whole picture, the whole panoramic picture. It's up to you. Also, this coffee makes great espresso. We at Fellow are big fans of espresso, if you can believe it. Go check out Series 1. What? Did you hear that? It's weird. One of the coolest components to me, although all of the components in this coffee have their own unique stories to tell, is the Yemen component. It's still as of right now, pretty rare to get a Yemen coffee in the Western market. It's, just really difficult to get coffee out of Yemen. So the fact that it is the quote unquote secret sauce in the blend, thank you to the Excelsior crew for the secret sauce comment. The fact that it's, a part of this blend, the fact that it really just adds such a dimension to this blend is really cool to me and super special. So really glad to share it with you all. As always, it is easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back the number of bags you want, 1, 2, 5, however many, and we will send them to you. If you don't want coffee this week, don't text us back and we will just not charge you, and we'll text you the next time with another delicious curated selection. My name is Haley. I have been and will continue to be your brew guide and certified Q grader over here at Fellow HQ in San Francisco. Thank you so much to our neighbors at Excelsior Coffee in the Excelsior. Go visit them if you're local to SF. Get out there. Thank you so much, Excelsior, for putting this blend together and partnering with us on this. It is super special, a panoramic snapshot in time that I don't think anyone's going to want to miss. I hope you have a wonderful brew, Fellow Drops fans, and a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time. Cheers. Yeehaw.